Knicks have Jalen Brunson, closer extraordinaire. And while he sealed the deal in Game 1, Karl Anthony Towns is the guy who fueled a comeback from 14 down. Wemby's NBA Finals debut was not one for the scrapbook, as many turnovers as buckets. The Spurs' mission is clear: defend their castle and tie the series. The NBA Finals, Game 2. Here's Shaq's town of San Antonio.
The first dominant big man ever.
David Robinson?
Robert G. Cole High School. No, I was here before David.
I'm just asking. I didn't know David Robinson was
I was here before David.
Okay, just checking.
Frostbank Center.
1492. I discovered this America.
You're in Christopher Columbus.
Frostbank Center is the site for Game 2 of the NBA Finals between the Knicks and the Spurs. You see how they've changed things up inside this building? What jumps out at you?
What do you mean?
No
All
colors.
those multicolored T-shirts are gone. It's an all-black affair tonight
Is it going to be a funeral?
for Game 2 of the NBA Finals. A different look here,
I like
man.
that. I like the all-black.
coming off a loss in
Way
Game
up
1.
at the top of the arena.
Welcome, everybody.
I like it.
It's NBA Tip-Off. It's presented by American Express. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Charles Barkley. Just to let you know how things are working here, because it's good to reiterate this for the fans at home. We're on ESPN now for an hour, and then we switch over to ABC and do another half hour or so leading up to the tip.
Good job. Put the big brain on Brad. Reiterate.
I'm just trying to
Spell it, Chuck.
SAYITHAIN. Hey, you know what? Something occurred to me as we get set here for Game 2 after the Knicks took the opener here in San Antonio. Only 2 teams have ever lost the first 2 games of the finals at home. You know who they are? Your Suns and your Magic. It's only happened twice.
Wow.
And your guys did it to his guys.
I was about to say I was on the other end of that, Ernie.
Yeah.
You can't leave me out of the equation.
I'm just talking about
Say
guys
something,
whose
Kenny.
teams
I'm
lost.
not saying.
Say something, Kenny.
I just remember breaking a Game 1 record for threes.
Brian
That's
Hill
all I
told
remember.
you, no doubling.
You know what's interesting about that, Ernie? I remember I was talking to Mike Greenberg this morning. That Game 1 reminded me of my first game in Phoenix, where everything was, at the moment, I didn't have my guys ready to play. Like, neither team played well. I think this game, even though it turned into an exciting game, I think both teams going to play well tonight. I thought they both were going a little too fast, a little frenetic. Both teams, I thought Wemby was going a little fast. I think now they're both settled down tonight.
Okay, let's take a look, if we could, at Game 1 and some of the plays down the stretch that decided this one. Again, 14-point lead for San Antonio in the third quarter. Karl Anthony Towns powering them to a 20-6 run, Chuck.
Well, I thought he was the difference in the game. I know Brunson finished it up. He was with Mario Rivera. But this guy right here, those plays, I love the fact he added this to a game. Number one, he was attacking Wemby, but also when they put those little dudes on him, he went and cleaned up on the offensive boards.
Now, in the fourth quarter, it was an 8-0 run by Brunson himself that broke an 86 tie.
You know what I love about Brunson reminds me so much of AI. You know, you saw the first clip that they tried to, trap him on the pick and roll. He says, nope, you're not moving your feet fast enough, and he is relentless. He is ready for these lights, like I said in Game 1. And look, he just put the team on his back and said, hey, guys, follow me.
What Brunson does is, he is a paint player for his size. His bulk allows him to get to the paint. I think for Wemby, this game is going to be interesting.
Yeah, they just to interrupt for a second, they went on a 9-0 run, 8 of the points by Wemby.
Yeah, however, his points should be coming off of this, getting in elbows and in. I think when he plays 3-point first, I think he's not as effective, and he gives the Knicks an out. But if he plays elbow in, which is the free throw line.
This was a huge play in this game.
Yes, it was. That's after San Antonio had taken the lead. Yeah.
Ernie, you know what impressed me about Brunson?
And this was also big, too, because Josh Hart had himself a ball game.
Yes, but I want to make this point about Brunson. He's got the mentality of a superstar. Let me tell you what I mean by that. He was not having a good game. But when it was time to close, he closed. that's the one thing. A lot of guys, if they're having a bad game, they might kind of fade from the moment. He didn't care he was having a bad shooting game. When the game was on the line, his confidence is what separates. He's like, I don't give a damn what happened.
That's the closer.
That's the closer. You know, that's what was impressive for his mindset. Like I say, because a lot of guys, they won't take shots when they're having a bad game. They only take shots when they're having a good game. But that's the mindset of a superstar.
He leads in fourth quarter scoring in the postseason, and in fact, in 8 straight fourth quarters now, he has shot better than 50%. And that is saying something. And when you look back at game one and Brunson's closing skills in that fourth quarter, that's the first thing Mike Brown wanted to talk about.
Jalen, he was the MVP in the second half. He was huge for us. He did what MVP candidates are supposed to do. He carried us home. We put the ball in his hands, and he got it done for us.
You know, it's always about just how can you improve, and having a mentality and focus and approach, I think, allow us to still be students of the game, still find ways to learn, even through wins. And I think we need to continue to do that.
Really, I think the reason we lost that game isn't even technical. It's not even technical, tactical. It's we need to approach the game with a better mental state, and we just need to play our game. You know, we just need to be normal. We don't need to do anything incredible.
Yeah, our biggest game is our next game because it's our next game. So that's how we look at it. It's always just 1-0 if you win. But then after that game goes, it's back to 0-0. So we just look at it like win this game, and then right after that, 0-0, and learn what you got to do to get better for the next game.
What do you think normal means for you guys?
Normal means trusting each other, trusting the basketball guys, trusting the game plan, executing, and not relying on talent so much to save the day. We've been playing a certain way all season, and we've been successful this way, and there's no reason to change the day the finals start.
11-0 finish to that game for the Knicks to claim a 1-0 lead. 12 straight wins now by a total of 272 points. It's been an amazing run, and Malika Andrews been on top of this series, been out at the Alamo sweating and happy to be back inside here. Malika, what you got?
I got deodorant, which is a very good thing, but also two storylines, gentlemen, that I'm following going into this game. Number one, on the New York Knicks side, is the health of Jalen Brunson, how he looks right after suffering that knee injury and that ankle injury that we saw in game one, where he did end up going back to the locker room briefly before he returned to the game, and he told me, I'm going to be all right. But it should be noted that there is only one day here between games 1 and game 2 because of the World Cup. Typically, we see 2 days of rest, so he told me he's going to be getting a lot of treatment between now and then. He's on the floor right now. I'm watching him warm up as we speak. There's no brace. It doesn't look like he has a hitch in his step. He looks like he's moving really, really well. So on the Knicks side, that's certainly the biggest storyline. On the other side, for the San Antonio Spurs, how does Victor Wembanyama respond? When you look at the numbers and you look at history, when they go down 0-1 in a series, he always comes back and punches back. And we just heard him say it. He doesn't feel like he needs to play better. He feels like he needs to play normal. But interestingly, they elected not to have practice yesterday. Instead, Julian Champagny told me they had a very long and a bit of an intense film session here. And I know, Chuck, Ernie, Charles, Shaq, you know that when a film session becomes intense, then the intensity is going to turn up here in game 2.
Malika, thank you very much.
I know that too, Malika, just so you know.
What?
She didn't say Kenny.
I started with Kenny.
Oh, I'm my bad.
Hey, I never listen, Malika.
Man, I'm so sensitive.
Thank you. Yeah, I am
So
sensitive.
sensitive.
See, Malika, we do the other show
Well,
together.
then
She knows
here,
I'm sensitive.
Kenny, you can have, I was given a Lady Jackals bracelet here by the San Antonio
Okay.
Spurs fans and faithful, and I'll just have them run this up to
Thank
you as
you.
my
Okay.
gift to you.
I will accept your apology.
Thanks for putting the
Jackals
thanks
bracelet.
for the
Yes,
deodorant
that's
too,
good.
Malika. Thank you.
A Lady Jackals bracelet.
Listen, I didn't even have to go to a steam room to get it.
Right.
You had a lot to say about Wemby the other night after you saw him in game 1, and so what do you expect to see from him tonight?
I think he's going to play well. To me, I think the guy who has to play well for them is De'Aaron Fox. If you go back and look at the Oklahoma City games, even going back to the Portland series, when De'Aaron Fox plays well, the Spurs play well. Wemby's going to play better. I thought he was a little rushing, like just excited and just never got rhythm-wise going. But I think one of the guys who got to play well is De'Aaron Fox. He's the only guy who's been in serious playoff mood for them who play. And, you know, he's the guy, he's their quarterback.
But how about back to Wemby, though, because you came out and we were talking about his mindset and his mentality.
Well, yeah, but I thought he was overly aggressive. And then, sometimes you have to get out of your own way. So I thought he was just overly aggressive, and he just never got in rhythm. He's going to play better. And this is what he should do from the beginning. Going to the basket. Don't come out here shooting jumpers. Go to the basket and things like that. But Wemby's gonna play well. I'm not worried about it. I'm just telling you, the one guy I'm looking forward to watching is De'Aaron Fox. If he plays well, the Spurs gonna win this game.
He averaged 19 in those first 2 rounds, just 10 in the Western Conference Finals and into the NBA Finals. Give me your take on Wemby and how, this is one of those games where afterwards he was like, I didn't play my kind of game. He and Brunson both said, that they can play better.
We all know that game by game is a game of adjustments. He has to play better. You are the guy. This is your city. We are in the NBA Finals. You have to play better. And when we have to play better, he has to set the tone, especially against Karl-Anthony Towns. When Karl-Anthony Towns was guarding him, he was 2 for 12. He's not getting doubled and tripled like Chuck and I got. This is a one-on-one matchup. Kenny made the great point. We don't want you shooting three-pointers. We want you putting your shoulder down and playing aggressive. Chuck don't think he can play aggressive, but he better play aggressive tonight because they need this win.
He can play aggressive. I'm just saying that's not his personality.
He better be aggressive tonight, and he better set that tone. And
I'll tell you this,
play well tonight.
If Karl-Anthony Towns outplays him in this series, the Knicks are going to win. He outplayed him in game 1.
I agree with that.
It's the first 1-4. Karl is up 1-0. We need all those other role players, but if Wemby gets outplayed by Big Cat, they're going to win this series.
And to your point, here in San Antonio, he cannot let that happen.
He cannot.
After a bad game, he bounces back. He's averaging 26, even though he had 26 in the first game, but he definitely needs to play
wasn't a good
better.
26.
I agree.
Well, yeah, I would agree with both of what Shaq and Charles are saying. They've covered that really well. But I also believe in terms of guards, Castle, Fox, and Harper arguably will be the best 3 guards tandem in the NBA, arguably. And there's not many that could say they have 3 guards like that. But you also have to let your ego go as a coaching staff at times and as a player. Meaning, when one of the 3 are not up to par, the other one gets his turn. And I thought in game 1, Dylan Harper should have gotten his turn. And I could say that from experience. I was a starter for the Houston Rockets, but if Sam Cassell would come in the game and get on fire, I would sit that night at certain crucial times. And you have to let your ego go because Dylan Harper is going to be a star. Fox is a star. Castle is a star. So if one of the 3 is slighted, because they all can get the job done, Popovich, I believe, would have been like, no, you're going to play tonight in the last 4 minutes of the game, Dylan Harper. And Fox, you're going to wait until your ankle or whatever happens the next game, too. And I think they need to take attention to that if that happens in game 2.
That's why I think it's got to be Fox. He's the veteran guy. He's probably the best offensive player out of those 3, in my opinion. But he's got to step up. You can't go from 19 to 10 as a veteran guy. Those young kids ain't never been in this type of fire before. I think they're going to be fantastic for years to come. But he's the only guy who's been in a real.
Agree.
But to Kenny's point, this is the final. Fox not playing well. You gotta have Harper. You can't have Harper play 3 minutes in the fourth quarter and take no shots.
But the problem is, if you go back to last series, they're not good ball handlers. That's why he was averaging 10 turnovers a game. That's why Fox, he is the only legitimate point guard they got. When Castle was playing the point when Fox were out, he was averaging 10 turnovers a game. You're not going to win averaging 10 turnovers.
Back on the New York side for a second, let's spend a little while talking about a guy who did not have a big night offensively, but the Knicks don't win the game without Josh Hart. We've never seen a guy in playoff history lead a game outright in rebounds, assists, and steals in those departments, but Josh Hart did it the other night. 15 rebounds, 4 steals on the night.
You know, we always talk about others. He's a guy, you know, he's not going to get a lot of, you know, name time because, you know, he's playing with Cat and Brunson. But listen, you don't win without this guy's heart and his effort. He's playing the game. The Knicks won by committee. They've been winning by committee all year. And this guy right here is the main valve in that heart.
And most people forget the last part of defense is rebounding. So as well as he's defending, he's doing the last part, getting the possession for us so we can go on if you're the New York Knicks.
Way to be at the top of that list, Draymond.
No, he's tired, fool. He's tired. He's tired, fool. He's tired, fool.
My statement was not incorrect. Draymond is at the top. It don't matter. He's still at the top.